So I woke up this morning and I want to react to this video that I've watched from Kenya, and I want to ask few questions pertain to why up to now Ghanaians parliamentarian cannot declare their stand on LGBTQ issues. Why up to now Ghanaians parliament, the president, the vice president, the speaker of parliament, the members. In fact, why up to now they can't say anything? They can't let the citizens of the country have a concrete stand on these LGBTQ issues. Let's watch this video. Let's watch it.
Our penal code still has outlawed issues to do with homosexuality.
But the next thing they're going to tell us is that somebody has a right, a man has a right to marry another man, or a woman has a right to marry a woman. What do two women who are married do? What is there? If we allow them to take over our lives, we have allowed them for far too long for them to exploit us and to dehumanize us as human beings. On this, we will say no. If they're going to come up with the travel, what they call restrictions, keep your country, keep your cultures, keep your nonsense to yourselves. And I'm talking to the West in this case here.
It is quite clear from our books that some of these things in LGBTQ are actually outlawed. And therefore, anything associated with those characters cannot be allowed to stand against the morals of the people of Kenya. Whether it's sodomy, whether it's lesbianism, whether it's queerness, whether it is anything that is outward practiced by these characters who say they have human rights. They may have their rights in private, and I'm sorry, I shiver and shanda when I imagine what they do in private, because it is totally repugnant, especially to us Africans. It's also important to condemn those who come with these ideas. And this is why today we celebrate the president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni. Sometimes it actually appears Idi Amin himself was a saint, because these are the things he was condemning those days, in spite of being incited by these same Europeans and Americans to kill a few Ugandans. Therefore, we as Africans must stand up. We must stand to be counted. We must tell these Europeans and Americans that for the little money they are enticing us with, I'm told they're even offering relief food to Kenyans so that you can legalize things like this one. They have been approaching our organizations, including the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, offering tokens so that they can promote rights of such characters. Thank heavens, these commissions and these organizations have said no to their little tokens. Let them keep their bad habits in Europe, in America. Let us as Africans keep what we consider to be morally upright and suitable for our society.
Speaker, I am a watcher and I'm a fan of National Geographic, which has documentaries. You see male animals being attracted to females, fighting to death. I have never seen a male animal raising to satisfy itself sexually on another male animal. So what are they telling us, Mr. Speaker? How can we then, 2023, admit the gays and lesbians of this world to rule this country? Mr. Speaker, on this seat where I sit from, I am telling people who I represent from Maboko, if you see gays and lesbians, tell them to be wary of me, because I'm going to tell you what we are going to do with them. So are Kenyans. We cannot allow that, Mr. Speaker.
There is no right, if you look at the Constitution of Kenya and the laws we have in this country, to be gay, to be a lesbian, to be transgender, or to be queer, which is what the Q stands for in LGBTQ. To the contrary, we should read the provisions of Article 45 of the Constitution. First, it places the family at the very heart of the society. In fact, what it says is that the family is the fundamental unit of the society. At sub-article 2 of Article 45, it says only people of opposite gender can marry one another. And that is the law of Kenya.
This is some problems that some leaders have. In Ghana, when this issue pop up, we have some people trying to speak that they are fighting for the right of this animalistic behavior. Where is this behavior coming from? You see, the whites, the Europeans, in fact, they don't like Africa. They don't like anything about African. They are finding ways and means to wipe away African. So why will they be bringing things to us? And our leaders that need to speak boldly refuse to stand and speak boldly, and rather condoning with this kind of behaviors. It's all because if you refuse to take responsibility of everything that is happening in your life, if you refuse to be a good leader, if you refuse to manage things in your own way, and you decide to be a beggar, you decide to be a liability, these are some of the things that happen. Africans, we refuse, especially Ghana, to depend on our own self. Even though we have independence, we are still under slave trade or slave mentality. That is what let me put it that way. So our leaders are afraid to stand. In fact, Ghana, parliamentarian, the president, the vice president, and all the people involved are afraid to come out and stand boldly that we are against LGBTQ. Other than that, Ghana, no help will come from anywhere. But we have a lot of things that can make us and build us and become a very successful people. The most annoying part is that these leaders that we've appoint to lead us, most of them have gone out there to school out there, have the knowledge out there, and come back and transform Africa. But when they come back, they rather steal from the country. Why? I'm always talking, I'm always speaking for Africa, for Mother Ghana. The name has always been Chris, aka with all due respect, this nonsense must stop. And truly the nonsense will stop. My question is that why up to now Ghanaian politicians cannot stand boldly that they are against LGBTQ? If today is your first time watching my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Short 360 Media GH, on Facebook, Short 360 Media, and if you go to Instagram and TikTok, Short 360 Media GH. Let's put Ghana first. I'm out.